The history of Asahi Beer begins in 1889 with the founding of Osaka Beer Brewing Company. The company's goal was to be the first large-scale Japanese producer of truly domestic beer. In 1891, the company constructed a red brick Western-style brewery in Suita, Osaka. And the following year, the domestically brewed Asahi Beer was finally born. Following a dynamic marketing campaign, in 1903, Asahi Beer became the top-selling beer in the country. A subsequent decline in consumption and increased marketing competition hit Japanese breweries hard. The government was concerned about the future of the industry. And in 1906, prompted Osaka Beer to merge with Japan Beer Brewery and Sapporo Beer, establishing Dai Nippon Brewery. Dai Nippon Brewery increased production and distribution, soon cornering over 60% of the domestic beer market. After the First World War, the company actively expanded into foreign exports. The Asahi Beer brand accounted for 60% of these. The company also moved into the soft drink industry, developing the Mitsuya brand obtained in a merger with Nippon Beer and Mineral Water, and diversified its operations, including the launch of Ebios. As part of the occupying forces reforms that came after the Second World War, Dai Nippon Brewery was split up into Asahi Breweries and Nippon Breweries, now Sapporo Breweries. And in 1949, Asahi Breweries Limited opened for business. The company was reborn. Following the war, the market expanded as beer's popularity grew. Asahi Breweries released Japan's first canned beer, and though production increased due to entering the draft beer market, Asahi gradually lost market share to its competitors. Meanwhile, the company continued expanding operations in other areas, including investing in Nikka Whisky and releasing new soft drink products such as Mitsuya Cider and Birra's. In the 1980s, in an effort to regain market share, Asahi Beer began to reform itself. It instituted a corporate philosophy and enacted quality control initiatives throughout the company. In 1985, Asahi introduced the concept of corporate identity. As a result, a sweeping examination began of Asahi Beer's operations and the corporate concepts behind its products. As part of its corporate identity program, the company applied comprehensive marketing techniques to new product development. A taste test across 5,000 participants resulted in the concept of a kokokire beer, a distinct new flavor that was both rich and crisp. And in 1986, the company released Asahi Draft Beer, developed to provide the kokokire taste beer drinkers were looking for. It was an instant hit, but Asahi went a step further and began developing an extra dry draft beer. In 1987, Asahi released Asahi Super Dry, a kind of beer that turned traditional brewing thinking on its head. Initially released only in the Tokyo area, Super Dry's taste proved to be just what beer drinkers were looking for, and shipments increased explosively. Despite supply shortages, 13.5 million cases were shipped in its first year. It was an unprecedented hit. Since Asahi focused all of its management resources on Super Dry, spanning production, sales, and marketing, Super Dry revolutionized the beer industry and became a massive success. The following year, in 1988, the company fought off competition from rival dry beers to emerge victorious in the Dry Wars, and Super Dry became a staple product. In 1998, Asahi Beer claimed the top share of the Japanese primary beer market. By 2001, it had become the #1 selling company across the entire beer market, including low malt beer. looking to expand its scope outside of beer alone. Asahi Beer began diversifying into a variety of alcoholic beverages. It entered the whiskey, wine, shochu, and low-alcohol beverage markets, making bold strategic moves again and again. Its three soft drink companies were merged in 1996, becoming Asahi Soft Drinks. This enhanced the group's operations, and in 1998, the group's corporate philosophy was established. From then on, the company brought more and more food and beverage businesses into the Asahi Group. The expansion overseas also progressed in leaps and bounds. Asahi began local production of Super Dry in countries such as China, established sales subsidiaries in Europe and America, and expanded its soft drink business abroad, all as part of a global production and sales structure. Celebrating its 120th anniversary in 2009, Asahi Beer reinvented itself for a second time, laying out a long-term vision for the future. Asahi adopted a new slogan, Share the Kando, or excitement, and in an effort to further strengthen the Asahi Group's competitiveness for a new era, the company built partnerships with Japanese as well as foreign companies, primarily in Asia and Oceania, transforming the Asahi Group's network into a global one. Then in July 2011, the Asahi Group became Asahi Group Holdings, announcing it would boldly invest in growth areas around the world and aim for dramatic growth at an accelerated pace. A global company bringing superior taste to people everywhere as we continue to strive for ever greater heights. Share the Kando. Asahi Group.